Welcome, everyone, to Wrestling with the Paranormal. I am one of your hosts. Well, I'm not really on the show that much, but I'm here now. I'm the Enlightened One. This is my good friend, Cousin Stan.
Hi,
Cousin
guys.
Stan, what's on the show today?
We are doing American Nightmare.
Oh, we got Cody Rhodes on the show.
No, you fool. That true crime thing on Netflix.
Oh, I love that. I'm not doing this. Such kidders. Oh, my goodness. Roll it.
I think Stan's starting to get, more involved a little bit. I'm quite scared.
I'm just worried about how much the Enlightened One thinks it was all a big joke on American Nightmare.
Well, when you said American Nightmare, like Cody Rhodes was like, no, you fool, that thing on Netflix.
No, but he thought the whole thing on Netflix was a big prank.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he's a little bit psycho.
You know what? You wait till the end of the show. I'm going to have it out with him big time.
Oh, yeah, we're going to hear from him. Of course, we have a jam-packed show today.
We got videos. Every week. We've always got a jam-packed show, right?
We do. It's our thing, jam-packed. Of course, we got videos in the vault. We're going to hear my personal paranormal story that happened to me yesterday. This is going to blow your minds. I was in shock.
It is. You obviously told me about this story as well, and I'm like, honestly, it gave me shivers. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, we'll tell it obviously later on in the show, but
yeah,
wow.
Of course, we're talking about the hit Netflix docuseries, American Nightmare. Of course, you should check this out. We're gonna tell the story anyways, and we're gonna talk about it. But you should definitely check this out because there was another blow your mind sort of story.
The funny thing is, when I obviously brought you this actual story, you didn't realize that I actually watched the show already.
Yeah, because I was like, why isn't anybody watching the show but me? And I was like, finally, my good friend Liam is stepping up.
We did. It's a great, obviously, thing. We've got, I think today's show is going to be more of a big discussion. I think that's probably a fair little comment there.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a lot about Colonel Mustard in the freaking pantry.
Tiffany Trim says, "What's up, Dish? I mean, sweeties. Oh, she's so cute. Bless her.
She's gonna call us dipshits."
And of course, we are joined by Noob as always.
What is up, Noob?
Now, I just want to mention one thing. Now, obviously, last week you obviously wasn't here. You was kind of poorly. So, just to specify, did you hurt your groin or did you hurt your wiener? I mean, your dick.
Whoa. Okay, so this is something that people don't understand. The groin is attached to your leg. It's at the top of your leg. It's not actually a dick injury. It's a leg injury. It's the top of where the leg connects to the rest of your torso.
But are you all right, or that's the key thing?
I'm getting there. I've been off week for 2 weeks now. It's starting to get better. There's nothing they can do for you. Just Tylenol and Advil, and that's about it. And
what can you say, right?
now, I have a question for you about fish and chips.
Okay.
So this is like the meal to have in the UK, right?
I would say it's probably one of the two, either that or like your standard, dinner, like a dinner with are you condiments, your Yorkshire puddings and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit higher class. You're not going to get that for $15, $20, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I feel this way very strongly that halibut is overrated.
It is overrated. I'm going to be honest.
Like cod, you're going to get more for your money.
Oh yes, I mean absolutely. And to be fair, I mean halibut, it's for the posh people. Do you know, them one's got a little bit more, a bit more money.
But it doesn't taste that much better.
No, it doesn't. You're right.
And you'll have to find you'll get a thinner cut of it with more batter.
Yeah. Now, this has actually come to a light because you thought that Shazza McKenzie is actually British, and she's not.
Yeah, she's coming on the show, and Yeah, you did a curveball because you usually get the Brits on the show.
I do. I've actually worked really hard. I'm actually looking forward to obviously speaking to Shazza on the 28th of Feb. She's obviously done a lot of work for AEW, pretty much all the top promotions you can probably think of.
Now we're gonna get right into the vault here.
No, we're not, because we've got somebody backstage. We've got somebody backstage, so we're not.
Oh, we have someone backstage.
We do. Of course, we are joined by Caleb.
What's up, Aaron? And what's up, Liam?
So good, man.
Well, this is perfect. We'll keep Caleb around for the vault, and we'll get his reaction to these videos.
Okay, then. So let's get into the vault.
It looks like it's time to open up the vault.
Do you know the combination? Now the interesting thing is,
Caleb has been banned for over a month and a bit here, and he hasn't been on the show for a little while. So he was anxious to get back here.
Well, he's here now. So Caleb, how we doing, man? You all right?
I'm good. Did you for us, Liam?
Very, very well, mate. Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. I can't remember the last time I've actually seen Caleb on the show, really.
I don't think Caleb ever even been on this show before.
It's my first time.
It's your first time. Liam will be gentle with you since it's your first time.
Hey,
yeah, big for
it's
Liam.
after dark here, boys. Come on.
Do you remember the password into the vault?
I do, but the question is, does our guest know? Does even people in the comments know?
You know the password to the vault?
Pizza?
It's not pizza. That's a good password, but it's not.
It's making me hungry, that, by the way.
We're talking about fish and chips, we're talking about pizza. All right, I'm going to tell everyone what the password is. It's wackadoodle.
Oh, wackadoodle.
Yes, wackadoodle's the password. We get in the vault every single time. Do you like scary stuff, Caleb?
I do.
You like scary stuff? All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna show some scary videos. Let's queue up the one that you found.
Oh, yes. Now, this comes from a good friend who obviously, not a good friend, but somebody I watch on the channel. And we're going to start off with a little bit of comedy. This is called, do you know what? I'm just going to play the video.
That is creepy as fuck!
Why does that person look like Renee from AFW?
Do you know, I never actually thought of that.
It does look like Renee, just trying to be creepy. Little psycho.
Oh, dear.
What did you think of that video, Caleb?
It was really amazing to see Leo Soto come out of nowhere.
Did you get that?
Hey, I got that. That's fine, yeah.
What did he say?
I can't remember. Anyway.
You didn't get it. What? You got to speak slower, Caleb.
I say Leo Soto come out of nowhere.
Did you get it that time?
Something came out of nowhere. That's all the thing I managed to.
All right, something came out of nowhere. All right, let's play the next clip.
Now,
this one is called squid or jellyfish. Yeah.
Jellyfish. Here we go.
We are calling the jellyfish UFO is a strange morphology. I mean, it looks like a jellyfish because it went in the water. But the other one, the chandelier, it's because if you look at it from the bottom, it looks like a chandelier.
Interesting. Now, the funny thing is, I've actually seen that. You know that thing. The whole thing with that.
What do you think about the jellyfish UFO, Caleb?
This is from SpongeBob, I think.
It's not from SpongeBob, Caleb. This is real. This is
real stuff, this Caleb.
Well, Will.
This is something you can look out your window and see a jellyfish flying in the sky.
I seen one last night.
So you saw a UFO last night?
Yeah.
Tiffany says that's so weird, man.
Yeah. What do you think about this, Liam?
It's definitely a weird video. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I've seen the whole story behind that. You know what I mean? And it's absolutely a creepy one. So yeah, I don't know what to think with the squid one. You know what I mean?
Why is Caleb coming off like Darth Vader right now?
I know. I'm trying to.
Luke, I am your father. This is weird. It's not your typical UFO. It's this. It also goes into the water like it's mimicking the jellyfish or something.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a creepy one. Next one. This is an interesting one because I'm sure we've seen this video, but it says haunted car update.
Okay, so this is the first part we've shown in a previous vault.
Okay.
Then there's more.
Right. Okay. Then let's have a little play.
All right. Do you remember this?
I do. I remember the video
Had the
pretty
bullet
well.
holes in the car,
Yep.
and then the car ended up going by itself. This is just the original video we saw,
Okay. Yep.
and the man died in the car. So if you remember, the car started going by itself.
Yes, I remember it. Yep.
This is what happened.
Yep.
So after this happened, more stuff started going down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, here we go.
So is this a follow-on to this?
Yep. The car's moving on its own.
Maybe he just wants to drive. Maybe he wants to joyride. Oh, okay. Weird.
And then another time, it was pretty much, it was being moved with a forklift.
Mm-hmm.
And it pulled itself off the forklift.
What the hell?
See?
That is creepy as hell. What the?
Just trying to get away from the freaking forklift. Screaming, you're not moving me.
It's like go, 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 go.
Get away. And of course, another clip they showed is they were doing some work on the car, putting a headlight in, and the door slams.
And what the hell? Caleb, what do you think to that one?
Was really amazing to see that car move in themselves.
Now, would you work at that? Would you work at that junkyard?
Yes, if you have pizza.
So we don't have to pay you money. We can pay you in pizza and work at the junkyard.
Works good for me.
Oh, we can get some cheap labor from this kid.
Yeah. Sorry, can we move on? This next one.
What do you think about this, though, Liam? Get your thoughts on the update.
I remember the original
you
video.
The original one.
Yes, I remember the original one. It's really, really creepy. But this update where it's like moving itself. I mean, the last little clip there, more so. It's like, what the hell? It's like it just isn't like being touched at all. It's just weird.
Yeah, like, I don't think it's hoax. I just have this weird feeling that whatever's going on here is legit.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got one more video. So Caleb around for this one, and then we'll get on to your video. So we've got one more for, I think it's called Night Mall.
Yes.
Here we go. Where we're looking here at the minute.
So we see this child's toy begin to move on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just going in a circle.
Maybe he just wants to play.
Could be a kid ghost. See how it gets faster and faster?
Are you sure this video is not sped up? Oh dear.
Yeah, it's a bizarre one for sure. You might think, like, why did they choose the smaller one? Because it's the other one seems more sturdy.
Yep.
What do you think about that, Caleb?
Was amazing to see the toy move.
All by itself, right?
Yeah.
I love the thing is though, when it was going round and round and round, I'm thinking, is that thing like sped up or is that just
It could be sped up, but even if it is sped up, it's still freaky. It's still freaky going around by itself.
Yes, it's definitely a freaky one. Wow. Do you always get that odd video where it gives you nice little like shivers and stuff like that?
Before you go, Caleb, do you now believe in ghosts?
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah.
Like when you're watching a ghost on camera, show it moving a thing.
Yeah, I saw a lot of those stuff on Facebook.
All right, Caleb. I have one more story, and I'm going to need you to head off into the sunset for this one. Thanks for coming on the show.
You want
Stopping by,
to see you
Caleb.
guys later.
See you later.
There it is. That was a nice little surprise.
All right, so we've seen what you've added to the vault. We're going to add one more thing to the vault, and this is what happened to me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, I collect G1 Transformers. This is Generation 1 Transformers from the 80s.
Yep.
And I had a friend who I worked with who also had them from his childhood. And I bought a couple off of him. I bought Soundwave. So he's got the little cassettes that turn into stuff. And I bought a Corvette off of him. This is his favorite because he loved Corvettes.
Corvette is actually a good car, by the way. I'm just saying.
It is. And a Lamborghini ambulance.
Can you
I think
imagine
the
that?
guy's name was Red Alert. I think that was his name was. But how effective is an ambulance being a Lamborghini? You're not going to have too much room for a patient in there.
No, but you're going to get there quick.
Yes, if it's a life or death scenario, and you're not needing to take him anywhere, you're going to be a good first responder. And then there's this one. It's a little. I forget what this guy's name. Cosmos is his name.
Okay.
I bought it off him as well. And there's another cassette. But though, what happened was I bought these off him for a good deal while he was still alive.
Mm-hmm.
So the week before he died, I saw him at work. His shift was ending. My shift was starting. And he's like, you know what? I want you to have the rest of my Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the Devastator. I got you a thing of the Devastator robot.
Is that the one with this one?
Yeah. So I built this on a whim yesterday. I put them all together and I looked at his little memorial piece from his funeral. And as I'm kind of taking it out of the bag to put together, I feel this peace come over me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't really think much of it. I put it together and I added to my collection. You can take that off.
Yep. Okay.
And later that night, I got a text from his mother.
Now I've got the clip here for this. Yep.
So she just says he would have been 49 today, picture him playing guitar. And I go, oh my goodness, you know what? I took out the toys he gave me today and put the giant robot together. And I thought of him while doing it. She goes, OMG, really? He is with us in spirit. And I go, yeah, it's weird. And it was just this cool moment of realizing that he kind of nudged me to put that thing together that he gave me.
Yep.
Like he kind of wanted that for his birthday.
So did you actually? Sorry, I've just got a little question there. When did you actually realize it was his birthday on obviously that day, or did you not?
No, I had no clue.
Okay.
I had no clue it was his birthday. I was just for out of a whim, out of nowhere, I grabbed the baggie that had the toys in it and just started putting it together. And I think he kind of nudged me to do it.
Wow, that's creepy. Do you know stuff like this? It's really, really nice because it's like you just mentioned there.
Yeah, it's not creepy in a bad way. It's it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It shows you that there's more to this world than you really realize.
Exactly. Like I said, it's like it empowered you or like motivated you to do that, and then before you know it, you think, oh, it's actually it's his birthday as well. It's really nice little story. Do you know what I mean? Great little thing.
Yeah, and all these Transformers that I got off him, I got them off him for pretty cheap. And he was kind enough to like know that I was still collecting them, and they were just sitting in a box for him. So, it meant more for me to have them than him. So he wanted to give them you know, and
Mhm.
just as like even the fact that he died and he made sure to tell his mom that I
Mhm.
was supposed to have it, and she actually gave it to me at his funeral. So, um,
Now the good thing is about Transformers, because we were talking about this when you told me the story, and I'm like, I didn't obviously watch the 80s version. I grew up with like the 90s version, so it's kind of like, a lot different to obviously what I'm used to.
oh yeah, in the '80s, Transformers were the toy.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was like a full blown at Christmas time, people were fighting each other to get the Transformers.
Yeah, I grew up obviously with, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, by the way.
Yeah. And I'm sure you didn't even get the original one of that because there was an '80s one as well.
I've actually got the on VHS, the actual original one, which I refuse to basically part ways with.
Oh, that's great.
And
But
I
yeah,
absolutely,
like it just warms your heart knowing that. And I'm going to make a post about this on Facebook a little bit later,
Mhm.
just to get everyone an idea of what went on.
And that's actually a great little thing, to obviously hear, because it's been a long week, obviously for me. Work's obviously been really stressful, and to come on here and hear that, special story, it's kind of like warm me as a person. You know what I mean? Just listening.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's 3 a.m. at my workplace with him one
Mm-hmm.
night,
Yep.
and 3 o'clock in the morning. Me and him are talking, and he says to me, I don't know what my purpose on this earth is." And I said to him, I said, "Your purpose is to know God." And I will tell you, we were in this little office. That room came alive with energy, like it
Mm-hmm.
was power. And we had this special moment, and it was something that we'll always have together. So him making this reconnection to me yesterday was something special.
And that's something nobody can take away. Do you know what I mean? That actual, memory. Do you know what I mean? That'll stick with you to basically for forever. Do you know what I mean? And that's
Yeah,
obviously a great little message there.
yeah, and I believe that I'll see him again.
You will. You will. Wow.
With all that, we have a sponsor on the show. Of course, FTW Wrestling. Um, if you want to become a wrestler and you want to trek down to Largo, Florida, you can maybe train with Natalia Markova and Brian Idol. It's $250 a month, and you train with the best. I've gotten to know some of the students, and they're absolutely loving it. Enough talk from me. Show the clip.
Determination, perseverance. These are the qualities that make a champion. Do you have what it takes to be the next wrestling superstar? Are you ready to turn your dreams into a reality? At Fight the World Wrestling's World Wrestling Academy, we can help you become the champion you were meant to be. Our world travel trainers, Brian Idol and Natalia Markova, are well-known industry professionals with years of experience in the world of wrestling. From the basics to advanced techniques, they are dedicated to help give you the tools that you need to succeed in the ring. Our training program is tailored to challenge you, push you to your limits, and help you discover your full potential. Come join our diverse group of talent. Join us at Fight the World Wrestling's World Wrestling Academy and make your dream a reality. Visit our website or contact us to learn more and start your journey to the top today.
Today. Not tomorrow. Not the day after that. Today.
Of course, this leads us to our main talking point, which is story time and the American Nightmare, not Cody Rhodes.
Not Cody Rhodes. We should have put that, not Cody Rhodes. But should we roll the intro for story time? Let's do this.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Now, let me just preface by saying this. There's no way our storytelling is going to do this Netflix docuseries justice.
No.
So if what we're saying interests you, why don't you head over to Netflix after and give it a watch? It's 3 good episodes that are an hour long each.
Mhm.
You can space it out over the week, or you can just binge it all like I did.
I actually been watched it all as well, by the way.
Oh yeah, you're like, I need more. It's like one of those things where you're like, yeah, I got to know more. I'm not waiting until later.
Do you know the thing was, right, when I watched the first one, because obviously it's different, like, perspectives anyway. When I watched the ending of the first one and this happened, I'm like, I've got to watch the second one. And then it did the same with the second part into the third part. I've got to watch the whole thing, man.
Yeah, so normally we do paranormal events, but today, every once in a while, we like to throw a true crime in there.
Mm-hmm.
And today's one of those ones because this is a wild story.
It is. It is. And to be honest, when you obviously look back at this actual story, how crazy is it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm gonna give it a 10. Like it's got some wildness to it. It's got a couple villains in it. It's got a hero.
Yes.
So
there you go. There. So we're going to try and obviously discuss this story the best way we can. But
All
Taryn
right.
just mentioned there, it's go check it out. Do you know what I mean? We can't do it justice, but we're going to try.
All right, so this is the story of Denise Huskins' kidnapping. She was kidnapped from her boyfriend, Aaron Quinn. Now, this happened March 23rd, 2015, in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So the documentary starts out with Aaron's part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron is going to tell Aaron's part of the story. That's me. So he tells the story that in the middle of the night, he awakens to a masked man, a couple masked men actually. Doesn't know if they're men actually, but some masked individuals, and they place goggles, painted out goggles on his head to act as a blindfold, and they get Denise to put the zip ties around him as handcuffs. And then they are given some sort of sedative.
So it's making like nauseous, if I remember rightly.
Pardon me?
He's like makes him like nauseous and stuff like that, like dazed.
Yes, he was quite nauseous and dazed, and he was instructed to not to follow instructions. They took off with Denise put him in the back of his car. I guess they stole his car, right?
Mm-hmm. I think it was her car, wasn't it?
Denise's?
Yes, I believe it was.
It could have been Denise or Aaron's. But anyways, it was they stole the car, and I believe he said, "This isn't personal. We meant this to be Andrea, not you."
Now, just to emphasize this, Andrea will obviously be coming back up in this story later on.
Now, Andrea is his ex-girlfriend. Andrea is Aaron's ex-girlfriend.
Yours?
No, not mine. So he wakes up kind of later when the drugs wear off, and he's like kind of doesn't know what to do. He sees the ransom note there. He has to give. There's going to be instructions to give $17,000, and so he contacts them, and then he's waiting, and there's a camera on them to make sure that he's not breaking the rules. He's not allowed to leave this little island that they made for him on the couch, I think.
Yep, that's correct.
And but the more time that's going on sitting there waiting for the response, he's worried about Denise.
I think anybody would. You know what I mean? In
Yeah,
that,
he's worried about Denise. Like, the longer I wait, the more. And so he decides he's not going to wait for the kidnappers to respond to him, and he phones the police. Now, the police, they don't believe his story from the beginning. Would you say
Yeah.
that's fair?
The thing is, right? Yeah, I mean, I want to ask you obviously this question. Us watching it, obviously, as people just like on the outside, did you believe the story when you first watched it?
Well, that's tough to say because you get, but here as a police officer, you have a duty to explore all avenues.
Oh yes, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, you're missing the point. I'm talking about you watching as a viewer. Did you honestly believe that story?
I did.
Now, this is the interesting thing is because I was a bit. I'm not saying I didn't believe him. It's just like the things, obviously, which you'll obviously go into detail was. It sounded so obscure and so bizarre that in your own brain you're thinking it just sounds so made up. Do you know what I mean? But
I believed it because they're pretty much saying it's American Nightmare from the beginning. It's like you got to thinking, well, this is their nightmare, so it must be true. But
you get my point though, right?
yeah, I do. But like, police officers have an obligation to explore all avenues.
Yeah.
And they only explored one, which was he must have killed his girlfriend. One of the things they looked into right away was Andrea. He still had a thing for her.
Right.
And this would cause some tension between him and Denise. And Denise was pretty much like, listen, they both worked at the same hospital. Actually, I think all three of them did.
If I remember rightly, wasn't Andrew his ex-wife?
No, his girlfriend.
Okay, yep.
But they all worked at the same hospital.
Yep.
And so Andrea was interviewed, and she's saying, yeah, he still has a thing for me. And like, if it was up to him, we'd still be together. Andrea had cheated on him, which is like, why would you even want this girl? She cheated on you. And the FBI gets involved, but guess what? The FBI agent they put in charge of it is Andrea's boyfriend. Like, you can't even make this stuff up.
No, you can't.
So, I believe that they put him in a lie detector test.
Correct.
And he passes, by the way. But they don't tell him that.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. I completely forgot about
They
that.
tell him this looks really bad for you. They make him think he lost. He failed the lie detector test.
I completely forgot all about that. I just remember it was saying I had no doubt in my mind that you failed the lie detector. I completely forgot
he said
that
that. He actually passed it. Like, how criminal is that? You're trying to lead him down this road that he's telling the truth. This is, of course, in San Francisco. They're called the Valley Ho Police. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is that right? Valley Ho?
Valley Ho Police, Ohio.
Valley Ho?
Yeah, we know what you mean anyway. Carry on.
Yeah. So yeah, his family, Andrea's family, or it's not Andrea, Denise's family, they're even thinking that they haven't met this boyfriend, and they're even thinking that he's possibly done something. Until Denise sends an audio clip saying she's okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
No, we don't have that clip, but she sends the clip saying she's okay.
Now, the interesting thing is with this clip, obviously, I just want to emphasize this is it didn't come across as though she was like being kidnapped. It came across as like very calm. Do you know what I mean? Like, it shows stuff like that.
Well, of course you're gonna be calm. They want you to be calm. With the
No, but you still, the point I'm making is you still have some sense of like, scaredness. You could tell with somebody's voice if they're scared. There wasn't none of that.
Yeah, but that was because she didn't want to let the kidnappers break her.
Right. Okay.
Um, but yeah, now the police are starting to think that something's up with Andrew. I keep on saying Andrew. Something's up with Denise,
Yep.
and this is where I'll let you begin to tell the story.
Of course. So now you've just basically obviously described episode 1. So I'm going to obviously go into detail with episode 2. Now Denise, just get the name right, by the way, Aaron. Damn it. Now Denise,
Isn't there an audio clip you actually want to play that someone sent to you for me?
Yes, there is. Let me just find it. Do you mean this one?
Aaron, you dirty, dirty man slut.
What? Who said that?
I have no idea. It got sent to my email.
Oh my goodness! I didn't think it was going to be that.
No.
Well, hush.
Anyway, moving on before we get kicked off the air. The second part is obviously goes into detail with obviously Denise's story. Now, weirdly, if you remember rightly, Aaron, she basically showed back up unannounced at a parent's house. If I remember rightly. You remember the footage?
Yeah.
It was really weird the fact that she just showed up. It's like she just come back from the shop or something, and then just stroll back in. It's like, hey, mom, I'm home.
Yeah, that was one of the police things that they were worried about, because this never happens.
No,
Usually there's the SWAT team and everything, and there's negotiating, not just arriving back at your mother's house.
no, exactly. And the second part is I've got the article here, so I'm just going to obviously read it now. The second episode of American Nightmare unravels the events that unfolded after Denise has left Aaron's residence. Initially left alone, Denise's nightmare amplifies when the kidnapper insists she engaged in sexual intercourse with a member of the group, recording their interaction of collateral, threatening to publicize the video if Denise didn't approach the police. The kidnapper subjected her to further sexual assault. Unfortunately, Denise endured another assault being before suddenly released after almost 48 hours of captivity. So you could say 48 hours of hell, really?
Yeah, I forgot to mention that they put her in the back of the trunk of the
Yep.
car, and then switched over to a Mustang
Mm-hmm.
somewhere along the road. And she figured it was a Mustang because she recognized the sound of the vehicle.
Yep. Now, after obviously, you could say she was released, she obviously became under suspicion as well. And again, she obviously faced barrage of obviously questions. And
And what's the name of this dink police officer? What's the name? Is Colonel Mustard? Is it
yes, it was. I think it's something like Mustard or something like that.
something Mustard? I think Colonel Mustard, but that's Clue. We'll just call him Colonel Mustard. Detective Mustard. That's what it was.
Much like Aaron, Denise faced similar suspicion from both the media as well. So this has obviously got media attention and stuff like that. And the police, unwilling to accept the ridiculous turn of events presented. Now, it's really crazy. Do you know the whole events, everything we've described? It's just so weird. It's just like an actual movie. It's absolutely crazy, man. Now, unfortunately,
people compared it to the movie Gone Girl.
Now, if I remember right, the Gone Girl's about where it's a jealous ex and then she returns and stuff like that.
She makes it look like she was kidnapped,
Mm-hmm.
and then gets even with her abusive husband or something.
Yeah, something along them lines. Yeah. Now, Lieutenant Kenny Park, I think his name will crop back up, accused the couple of diverting valuable resources and attention from genuine community victims, insisting fear amongst community members. Despite persistent call for an investigation, the police maintained an indifferent stance, holding the couple responsible for their own plight. So, long story short, is the police basically said that this is a whole hoax. They've all planned it. Do you know what I mean? The stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and they were getting death threats. They were getting like hate mail daily.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so Denise, she's not only having to deal with this fact that she was raped.
Yep.
Um, you know, now she's having to deal with the shame that she's some sort of bad person for it.
Exactly. And I just remembered the amount of backlash they actually got. Do you know what I mean? It's just really wrong. The other death threat messages and stuff like that. And I imagine the psychological thing of that is just really, do you know, unbearable.
Yeah.
So I'm just catching up on the comments there. Tiffany says, "I love Gone Girl." I can confirm nor deny that one.
Gone Girls I hadn't heard in real life.
Oh dear. So, unfortunately, weirdly, there was a surprising twist, and as I was reading this here, I completely forgot about this bit as well. A surprising twist emerged when Aaron's attorney Dan received emails from the kidnapper urging belief in Denise's story and sharing photographs of crucial evidence. I completely forgot all about that bit.
We're also forgetting that the media member for the paper, and this, I think it was one of the papers. He was upset
Mm-hmm.
that the police were not believing Denise.
I think a lot of people wasn't. And as you're watching it, you think, man, I've gone from like not believing this person myself and to actually now going, holy shit, what the hell?
Which was weird that the kidnapper had some sort of mercy on her
Yes.
in a weird way.
Do you want to explain that little story there?
Yeah, so he sent in these emails to the paper, and the paper sent it to the police. And you know what the police did?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
We'll obviously get onto the police later on because we're very, very critical, do you know, when it comes to this actual thing. And yeah, I mean, that's mainly the gist of obviously the second part. So part one focuses on the boyfriend side. Part two obviously focuses on it from the girlfriend side. Now, part three, we can obviously discuss this overall. It's
Well, we also have the kidnapper, a Harvard graduate, and an ex-Marine.
Yes, it's finally arrested.
Matthew Mueller.
Yep.
So he was known as a peeping Tom and a rapist in the area at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd actually broken into one girl's house, and she began to cry, "Please don't do this, please don't do this." And oddly enough, he decided, "Okay, I'm not going to rape you today," and left.
No, but if you remember rightly, he actually gave us some advice as well.
Yes, he actually told her how to keep herself safe from a future event.
I mean, when you listen to that story, you're like, you didn't know how to react with that because he is a guy
just
that,
to show he's not completely all evil.
yeah, so he has got signs of compassion, but he's still a bad human being. If that makes sense.
Yeah, 100% bad human being, with traces of who he used to be is still there though.
Can you remember the advice that he actually gave her?
He said, believe get a dog.
And I'm sorry, this is going to mess you up for like so many years or something.
Yeah, I don't know, or some sort of lock system or alarm. I don't know.
Something along them lines, but somehow she managed to talk him out of it, and it's just weird, man. Do you know, overall? But this is not the end. This just gets even weirder.
So he sends a thing to the police. If you do not believe what I'm saying and release all charges off of Denise and Aaron Quinn,
yep,
I'm going to do it again.
Wow.
So the police didn't take take this seriously. So he broke into a girl's home who happened to live with their parents, but they fought him off and he ran away.
Do you think this is a type of guy who, yeah, is a monster? There's no doubt in that, but he wants to be caught. If you know what I mean, he wants to basically, for his crimes in a way.
I think partially because he left his phone there.
Oh, okay.
That was the key piece.
Yep.
He left his phone there. And this isn't the Valley Ho police agency that's dealing with this.
This is in a different state.
agency.
Is it a different state, I believe?
I think it's still in California. I don't have the exact information right now, but do we have the name of the officer who finally convicted him?
I'm just gonna have a look now while we're here.
It's the South Lake Tahoe Police.
There we go.
The Tahoe Police. But yeah, they put this woman in charge. I don't know her name. See if you can find it. And she took hold of this like a dog to a bone.
Mm-hmm.
Like she wanted to find out where this guy was, and they tracked his phone. They came in his house, and they eventually arrested him. The house was disgusting. They found the Mustang. They found the goggles in the trunk. They found a piece of blonde hair, which didn't fit any of the other victims.
Mm-hmm.
Until it led them to Denise.
Yep. I'm just trying to find the name, of the actual officer.
Yeah, so this woman, she phoned the Valley Hope police office, and they referred to the case to the FBI, and they were acting all sketchy about it, and they didn't give her the right answer until she finally met up with them and revealed their information, and they went after Matthew Mueller and put him behind bars.
So I've got the name of the officer.
Yeah, what is it?
Detective Misty Karasu.
Yeah, so she's the hero in this whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, without Misty, they don't have closure. They don't have, they end up suing the Valley Ho police officer and settling for a couple $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
But without Misty, their life, they don't get resolution to this.
Exactly. And she literally went to above and beyond, to literally solve this case, let's be honest.
Yeah, and I feel the Valley Ho Police Department are worse than the rapist.
I think they're just as bad because
here's why. I'll let you say that why you think they're not, but okay. I think they're worse because they have a duty to serve and protect. A rapist's duty is to rape people.
Yep.
So the rapist is doing his job. The police are not.
I mean, I can't argue. I mean, you're speaking absolute, facts there. Do you know what I mean?
So here's another little fact. While they're interrogating Aaron Quinn, they confiscated his phone.
Yep.
Put it on airplane mode. Matthew Mueller was trying to contact Aaron for the next step in the ransom. They could have tracked the phone, rescued Denise.
I think if I remember rightly, the actual messages, once they put the phone back to normal, literally led him to his actual house.
Yeah, they could have saved Denise from the rapes.
And you're absolutely right. I feel like the police force did actually fail here because they focused more on Matthew. Matthew. I don't know why I said that. No, Aaron. Mine's just. See, I get angry now about this actual story.
Well, here's the thing: they're lazy. They just want to pin it on someone so they can move on.
Yeah, and the thing is,
some real work.
And here's the thing: do you know what I mean? It's one simple thing like that could have stopped somebody, being sexually assaulted. Now, who's going to have to deal with that for the rest of their life? And don't forget, in the actual story, she was sadly, had the same thing when she was younger. Don't remember?
Yes, she, you know, um, and like Matthew Mueller had more compassion, even though he raped her, had more
Yeah.
compassion than the Alex Valio Police Department.
And it baffles me the fact that the police force focused so much on one thing that they didn't look, as you mentioned there, they didn't look at all the options. They didn't see that. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Matthew obviously is a bad human being and stuff like that, but he has shown more compassion for me than the police actually did overall.
Yeah, he's annoyed that the police aren't listening to the right story. Like it's probably he's got a little bit of mental issues, and he was like drawn nuts to by why are you not following the narrative I set up for you?
So it's like he wants to be obviously caught, but it's like dead. He's just not connecting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I also believe that Matthew Mueller was a lawyer that got disbarred.
Yes, and I've read here now what he actually got. So in 2017, he was sentenced to 40 years in prison, with the judge describing the crime as heinous, atrocious, and horrible. So he got 40 years.
And there was no actual gun that he was using. It was a fake gun that he just scared people with. So it was very, very cerebral in these attacks.
But we never knew why. We never actually worked out why Andrea was the original target, if you remember.
Yeah, it was. He must have been watching them before Denise and him became a couple.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, now this other girl's in. Oh well, I'm gonna have to switch to her now, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, what's the best thing that come out of this story is the fact that one, obviously Andrea and Aaron's obviously now still obviously here today, and they actually went out in public. Do you remember when it all came out that they went out in public? They faced the media and stuff like that.
And yeah, they stuck it to the media because the media was part of the problem.
Yeah, it was.
And then they got married, which is kind of a happy ending, right?
Yes, exactly. But
with a little bit of money, a little bit of change.
Mm-hmm.
But
do you remember what? Do you remember I said I think it was Lieutenant Park or something like that. Do you remember what Aaron's ex actually said to him?
Which part?
So do you know the guy? I think it was Lieutenant Park who said that they were basically wasting police's resources and stuff like that. Do you remember the ex of Andrew? What he actually said to Park?
No, what did he say?
Burn that bitch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like this is what we had no clue. We didn't have enough information. Yeah, he just burned that bitch. What I like about these documentaries, it exposes the scum. Like they might not have gotten anything, but I'm like, I hate this. I don't know this guy, but I hate him. He's a horrible person. And the light is shone. Like they didn't get any disciplinary action at all.
No, and that's what winds me up even more is the fact there was no disciplinary thing at all.
But I love the fact that people are watching this Netflix saying, fuck those guys.
Yeah, and exactly. And as you mentioned there, the good thing that came out of this, that they're happily married now. Do you know, they've obviously got, I think they've got 2 kids as well, I believe.
I didn't check in on that, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, so Denise Huskins and Aaron Quinn got married in 2018 and currently reside away from Mary Island, California. The couple have 2 daughters. So, yeah, happily married.
Yeah, so I think as we wind down here, what was your big thing that you took out of this, Liam?
That even though something sounds so obscure, it sounds so not believable. Once you start hearing all the facts and stuff like that, you start to obviously understand that actually this person may be true, and you could probably put that into a life situation that somebody might say something to you. You might think, yeah, but it's not actually, so you might think it's not true and stuff like that. But when you obviously learn all the facts and stuff like that, you start to make your own mind. It's like a puzzle, do you know what I mean? You put all the pieces together, and yeah, you get basically the full picture.
Well, yeah, like the police weren't looking at the full picture. They had tunnel vision on Aaron. They had tunnel vision on Denise, and they weren't looking around. Like, how can you solve a crime with tunnel vision? You can't. It's like trying to make a foreign word say what you want it to say, kind of thing.
Yep, exactly. And what did you take away from it?
That law enforcement is not always your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the end, it was law enforcement that helped, but it takes a special person. If you're involved in the police, and this is gonna be a knowledge is power moment. If you're involved with the police, if you work for the police, if you're a police officer, if you're take that role to serve and protect, you better well do it. Don't just half-ass your job and pin it on someone, because that makes you a criminal. Do your job, do better. Play the clip.
Can I just emphasize that by saying, well said?
Yes. I was getting mad.
The thing is, that's the thing. This actual story with the police thing does get you mad, because it's like they could have prevented so much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and if you haven't seen this, go watch it. It's a wonderful way to grab some popcorn and get angry with us. But no, there's a happy ending in the end. So
yeah, so that to go check that out. It's on Netflix. It's called American Nightmare. It's a 3-part series. Is it? I think each one's an hour, I believe.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, you guys watch it. You can obviously basically make your own judgment, obviously, on the police force and stuff like that. And yeah, that's the thing. That's all I've got to add.
And of course, if you haven't seen Kill City Cup, you should watch the Kill City Cup. They've been nominated for more awards. Every time I look, they're getting more award nominations. So play the clip.
Welcome to the Kill City Cup. I got the world by the ball.
I need to get that.
What we got? We got Magic of Wrestling tomorrow. What's on the show?
So we're going to be doing a thing called Plate in Reverse. So we're going to be playing 5 theme songs from AEW, 5 theme songs from WWE, and we have to basically guess what they are. So Mr. Isaac will be doing the AEW themes. I'll be doing the WWE themes. It's just something, a little bit different.
And we might hear someone say something like "Worship the Devil" or something like that.
We may do. I ain't decided which obviously theme songs I'm going to check that out. So that's obviously tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. UK time. That's 1:30 Eastern. What time's that yours time zone?
That is 10:30 a.m. on the Pacific Coast. That is 1:30 in Eastern America and Canada.
Okay, and then of course the garage, right? I'm sure that's obviously on the plans tomorrow.
Yes, we have a threesome that we do every single Saturday night.
I beg your pardon.
Oh yeah, me and Mr. Isaacs and Golden Graham. Oh yeah, we have a threesome. We have a lot of fun joking around and going on rabbit trails, talking about what just happened on Collision. It's a fun show.
And of course, to end your weekend, we've got the All Effing Wrestling show. Is there nothing in the pipeline yet, or is it going to be a nice little
I haven't
surprise?
figured it out yet. I always like when I'm sitting here daydreaming, watching some Seinfeld or The Office. I come up with this concept in my mind, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's good shit." Of course, if you want to support us, there you can leave a tip here. You can send some money to bigshinymatrix@hotmail.com, and that's our PayPal account. Or if you want to support us by buying a shirt, I have a shirt on right now. I got the Cult Kool-Aid shirt on right now. We got the Ghostbusters shirt. We got the Hot Wheels shirt. We got the Magic of Wrestling shirt. We got shirts about everything.
Or about this one.
We got this shirt. You tell you cut it off just to show off her belly. Like,
of course,
that's pretty hot.
Don't forget the old school.
And we love Adrian Adonis here, and so we run his store with the family. And if you want to support them, go to pro.ct/Adrian Adonis.
Now, before you obviously do the outro, can I just say one thing?
Okay.
Aaron, you dirty man slut.
Oh yeah, I am a dirty man slut. So, dark times come. It's okay to be down. It's not okay to stay down. The Great Deception says that the forces of depression always win, but hurting yourself is really easy. It's the living that is hard. It takes fortitude to move forward every single day. Strength just doesn't come from within, by the way. It comes from relationship. It comes from friends. They can be like lightning rods to your soul. And that doesn't make you weak. That makes you a survivor. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. And do not gloat over me, my enemy. Though I sit in darkness, I will rise, and I'll just keep fighting. Adrenaline in my soul. Something, Cody Rhodes.
Oh dear. What do you think to the show?
It's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was that documentary, Cody Rhodes.
We've already done a
the
Cody Rhodes.
one on the Peacock, the WWE Network.
We could have done that, but we might have got copyrighted and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, those copyright bastards.